So something I kind of have tend to struggle with, at least as of the last 10 years of my services to pretty much the working world, being customer service and fast food, is pretty much just realizing how much of a workaholic I am. Now, it's not to say that I can't find a balance in my work to social life. Granted, I am living in a place that is almost it almost feels a little devoid of social life, but that's just me not making the effort of going out, exploring what is out here, which I've seen some, but I've never like experienced other things. The only problem I would have sometimes is I would just think too much about work, and that would sometimes just be kind of a Debbie Downer sort of moment. I've always said that I've always just focused on my work. I'd rather get paid to do, whatever. There's nothing wrong with getting paid, but sometimes I think about it and it's just like, damn, I really don't know how I am as a person. And this has been a kind of constant struggle I've always dealt with. Just past like several years now at this point, especially working two jobs that really like amplified me as a workaholic overall. Like I just never found the time to myself. Granted, I would always be playing games, late at night, but what am I doing like outside of that? Like, am I doing anything outside of work? Like, maybe hanging out with friends, hanging out with people, being in physical, like the physically there is what I'm trying to get at. And sometimes I tend to just deny that, and it's really kind of showing as of late. Just I do just miss my friends here and there. I get that homesickness feeling, because before, they were just like down the street or up the street from me, and it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna go swing by over. And then nowadays it's just like, damn, I'm really feeling the fact that I am not in their presence anymore. I can always be there, spiritually, and at least talk to them online. But it's another thing if I was there physically. Like, I'm sure everyone knows the feeling of being in a physical presence versus an online presence. And that's one of the things that, I struggle just as a workaholic in general. I miss out on opportunities sometimes, like the big one that made me that I really missed out because of my workaholic tendencies was actually like my high school anniversary. Now, granted, I did say on one of my old podcast episodes, I did say that I wasn't planning on going, mostly just because two of my other friends weren't going to go. So I was just like, I just didn't see interest. And then, of course, what would I say? I'm probably going to work that day and I'll get paid. Meanwhile, I kind of, looking back at that now, I am kind of regretting it. But at the same time, you just got to move on from stuff like that. Now, I do want to hopefully one day maybe make changes to that workaholic kind of like lifestyle. Now, granted, I don't mind working a lot. It's just finding balance to do like anything after work, so I don't always do that. Like, maybe perhaps like finally get back into the gym, or maybe just start meeting people, learning about communities, stuff like that. Just something that kind of keeps me within, physical contact or a physical presence with others. That's kind of like a big thing that I've always had problems with, just like overall. Like I'm gonna be honest, like I'm actually kind of like a naturally antisocial kind of person. Like, I know there's actually a term, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe it's called an ambivert, where you're basically both an introvert and an extrovert. But sometimes, like, you like to go out, but if you have an option to opt out of certain things, then you probably were more likely to take that. And I guess and then vice versa. Sometimes if you do want to go out, hey, just get out there. You don't want to always be cooped up in the home. It just makes people go insane, just like me. That's just how it is. Just the ramblings of a madman that has now turned this into a recording series. But it really just makes me think, like, man, I really need to start being social more, even at the age I am now. Granted, eventually I do plan to, always reunite with my friends, and then and who knows, maybe one day I'll reunite with others that I have talked to in the past. Like, I intend to eventually, hopefully one day, see them again, maybe not only collab with them on projects, just kind of do just like a typical check-in on them. Never know. It's just things like that are very important, especially to the human psyche. Always need a person for stuff like that. Now, I'm going to keep this one short just because I do plan to do actually like multiple videos this week, especially because I did miss my press record video for last week. But before I get out of here, I do actually want to give a big shout out to Read Your Mind, aka my good friend Josh. He actually is dropping his new album, The Reset Button, which will be live probably by the time this video is uploaded. I will be sure to post that on my Instagram. You'll be seeing stories left and right. I believe he has it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and DistroKid, last time I checked. But excited for him. I can't wait for what he does next, man. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of him. Proud of the crew that he has worked with, getting good music out. But that's going to do it for this video. I am very tired. Got work in about 9 hours, so I should probably go to bed. But anyways, thank you guys for watching or listening to this video. We will be back to streaming very soon, most likely tomorrow, if not Tuesday, with the T1000's Mortal Kombat 1 drop, along with a bunch of other games that we're going to play, which is likely going to be the finals once the new season starts. And then our usual me raging at Marvel Rivals Ranked and Fortnite. Like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for future videos like this and said streams. And until next time, take care.